Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble the lighted version of the infinite diamond glitch, the one that uses an LED. I already did a video, there's a separate video for the one that doesn't require any LED, so no special parts on this one, it just lets in light through the top, and that works really well. But this video is for the one with the LED. And there's different kinds of LEDs. Most of the ones I've done just use this white LED. This is a warm white. There's most of mine actually use the cool white version, but I have different sized plugs for each light. This one I'm just going to do the rainbow one because it's kind of fun. I've already printed the key that has a magnet inside, so that's not part of this video, but it's pretty simple, and I'll have instructions on how you use that. And that's how we're going to activate the LED. All right. So first, I guess we'll start with the main body here. It's basically the same as the other one, slightly different light diffuser. So we put that in. I like to look for the seam just to kind of line things up. So there's the seam there, and then the seam over here. And as I explained in the other video, you can see on the corner here, there's the perpendicular lines as well as the non-perpendicular. So we want to line up the perpendicular here with the perpendicular ones here. So just put a little bit of glue. It's best to put the glue on the inside, and if you use texture plates, that gives a place for the excess glue to be absorbed. So I recommend that. So we're just going to put it on the inside here, and then smear it around a little bit, and not too much because we don't want it to seep out the sides, because that will discolor the top. All right, that looks pretty good. And apologies again, as I said in previous videos, if things go out of frame, because it's hard for me to look at this behind the camera. All right, so finding the seam again, looks like it's there. Seam here, and then we line that up. And then just push in from the edges, just for a few seconds. And hopefully nothing oozes out and sticks your fingers to it. And then we're just gonna set that aside. All right, that's the only part that I think will require glue today. There are other parts that glue is optional. I'd say the hardest part is removing the supports here from the cap. Not particularly hard, but at least I use pliers, and usually it takes a couple goes just with the crisscross direction of the supports. Usually one comes out first, so I just kind of, not too shy, really grab in there, and you can see not much got removed, but then I'll go a different direction. Which direction did I go? I don't remember. Just kind of go a few times, and then it usually comes all out. See, there's still this lattice in there. There we go. Once you get on, usually it pretty much pulls out. There might be a few stray pieces, but that really shouldn't cause any problems. All right, set that aside. So for the plug here, it looks like it's symmetrical in both of these orientations, but it's not quite. It helps it go into the top. So this one part's a little bit smaller, but if you can't see it, the part that's against the plate is the rough part here is the slightly smaller part. So that's the part that we put the light into, and it should be a nice tight fit. You're not going to want to glue this, because if you need to change the batteries, you want to pop it back out. So if it's not a tight fit, I will be providing a custom OpenSCAD, just the OpenSCAD script they use to generate it, and so you can tweak the tolerances there and print your own version. But the ones that I set up, I have 3 versions for different lights, and they're all tight. All right, so then this should be tight in here. If this part's not tight, it just clicks right in. If it's not tight, you can use some glue on that part, but it might be a little harder then to remove the cap later on, because it's nice to be able to pull it, pop it back off, and then you can just kind of push this out and get a screwdriver to pop the plug back out. Like once the plug's in here, it can be kind of jammed in there. So it's nice to not have the cap on so that you can pry it out later. But I'm sure you'll be able to figure out a way to remove it otherwise. You can see the light kind of goes on with the battery connections, I think a little loose. So just as I play around with it, cycling through the modes, but you can make sure your battery's in there nice and tight. All right, so then that's it. I guess this is probably already dry by now, so maybe let it, sit for 5-10 minutes, but for the video, I'm not gonna bother. And then this should just go right in. All right, so here it is fully assembled. There's these different light modes. I like the second one where they're all the same color at the same time. Give you a good view there. Yeah. That's it.